$409 million was paid out by the third quarter in 2019 for title insurance claims. The question is, are you protected? John Winter here from Moving AZ Homes channel on YouTube. I want to send a special shout out and thank you to those in the subscriber community for taking and being a part of the day. You know, if you're not a part of the community, it's free. Just click that little red subscriber button and you'll never miss another episode. You know, in this video, I want to talk about title insurance and the mistake that I see some of the people make. You know, I've been doing this for 25 years as a professional real estate agent and a realtor, and I teach a lot of classes. And I was teaching a class just the other week, and it was all on title insurance, and I asked that question in class to the agents in the class. I said, are you or your clients protected for title insurance? And lo and behold, wouldn't you just know it, that at the end of the class, I had an agent come up to me and said, oh my gosh, John, she goes, I didn't realize it. And that made me wonder how many consumers don't understand what happens with their title insurance policies and the mistakes that they can make with that. Not to be covered and to have some sort of a title claim. So the first question is, you know, hey, what is title insurance? Title insurance is a protection for the property owner, the new property owner, going from back in time against any mistakes on title, like a missing lien, a forge. Somebody comes out and says, hey, I'm heir of the property from years ago and I'm the rightful owner, and somehow that may have been missed when the title insurance policy was issued, and we did the lien title search before the close of escrow, and now lo and behold, something comes up and comes forward and making a claim onto that. You know, if you don't have title insurance, then that'll be at your expense, and you're going to attorneys and so forth, and it'll be very expensive. So that's title insurance. Well, we see title insurance when there's no lender on the property, the seller of the property here in Arizona, and that's where I'm at, so I'm going to talk Arizona law. It's kind of similar in other states, but you really need to double check with an attorney and or your accountant in this for other states. But here in Arizona, the seller issues a title policy to the new buyer of the property. It's at the seller's expense. So that title policy is in the name of the purchaser, and then what it does is it protects from the date that they took possession back in time. Unlike other insurances, like our car insurance is for events into the future. So title and policy is when we have something arise from the past. The other instance that we see another title policy issued on a piece of property is as if there's a lender involved, because the lender wants their interest because they're going to have a lien on the property, and that lien interest from the lender, they don't want to get bumped out. They don't want to lose their position on the title and the lien position. So what will happen is the buyer is going to have to purchase what we call a lender title policy, and then that is specifically to the lender. There are some purchasers out there that say, well, since the lender's got a policy, I don't need one. Yes, you do, because the owner and lender policy are two separate kinds of policies and protection. So here's the mistake that we see, especially investors make, but other homeowners can do the same thing, is that when they get ownership, they move in. Now what they're going to do is they're going to change the ownership of the property, and they're going to turn it into, let's say, a rental property, sole and separate, and then they create an LLC and they put an LLC. Here in Arizona, articles of organization, that LLC comes alive. And when that LLC comes alive, it becomes like a person. It takes ownership of the property. So if you transferred from sole and separate into an LLC, that title policy becomes null and void. And with a policy null and void, and if you didn't make that change into the title policy before you put it into that LLC, you just nullified. It's no longer, because you're no longer the owner of the property. The LLC is the owner of the property. Suggestion: before you do anything, one, contact your attorney and or an accountant. Also, make sure you're contacting the title insurer that you're going to be making this transfer of the ownership into some sort of other, whether it's an LLC or like corporation. There are some other instances that have come up. That's for a different side. You know, if you like the video, it's free. Just click on that little red subscriber button and you'll never miss another episode. Have a great day.